Kesha Hayes, you are the founder of Kesha L. Hayes Unlimited, found on the web at KeshaHayes.com. Thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm always excited to see you and have a conversation with you.
I love getting to connect with you. I love the work that you're doing. I want to get into that. And I just want to say thank you for being here. I've enjoyed getting to work with you over the years, and you're just an amazing leader, creating a whole lot of change in a really good way. So I'm excited for you to
Thank
be
you.
here. Do you mind sharing with others exactly what is Kesha L. Hayes Unlimited? What kind of work are you doing?
Thank you. Before I started business or knew I was going into business, I didn't have the Kesha L. Hayes Unlimited. I had several different entities, which I still do, but working now legally to put everything under that one umbrella. But Kesha L. Hayes Unlimited is a representation of all the things that we do. And I'm the founder of the Caring for Aging Beauties experience. So we go out and show social engagement and companionship to our older adults who we call Aging Beauties. We also provide services through our home care agency in their home. We are the creator of professional development and training services, a post-secondary institution governed by Department of Health and Human Services and the Commission on Higher Education to train next level healthcare professionals. So we train people to go into the healthcare field. We circulate them through our nonprofit to get a feel for how volunteerism is through helping older adults. They work for us through our home care agency or with other entities that are trying to fill staffing gaps. And then we make sure that they're taking care of themselves through the wellness piece that we offer, because if they can't take care of themselves, they won't be good for caring for others.
Yeah, I was so impressed with the work that you're doing. I kind of want to just jump straight into it. Your placement rate is unheard of for the work that you're doing, and people need healthcare solutions. Healthcare is, this is my opinion, it's a bit of a mess. It's not exactly always easy, and you don't hit the easy button and call a doctor and things are better. So, what you're doing to solve for the what I would call the healthcare crisis is amazing. Will you talk about the success that your program is creating?
Yes, definitely. We have people come in and they come from all walks of life, and we provide something for them that allows them to still take care of family, still work. So we're very proud of that. We call ourselves the place for second chances. And once they get done, they are able to test here where they train. So that allows us to have a pass rate that's successful. Right now, we're at a 98.6% pass rate, and we're so thankful for that. We see people like we were at the Carish at Beechwood yesterday because we're doing clinical rotation there. We see people in the hallways and they're like, oh my God, I went to her school. And if I had known that this field would be as rewarding as it is now, I would have started this 10 years ago. So, it's important to us that we not only bring them in to train them and give them the skill set, but they also need to know that we care about them as a person. We care about their family. We care about them getting to the next level. We care about everything, and that makes them become more loyal and more successful. And then they're more professional and they stay stable in the environment of healthcare. And healthcare is ever changing. And as you said before, we're in critical times. There's staffing gaps all over, and then there are family members that are navigating the healthcare system for their loved one, and they need solid people to care for them. So, I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
You're not just a part, you're leading you're leading by example. And for someone like me, I'm not familiar with healthcare and all the acronyms that go with it. I know banking acronyms, but I don't know anything about healthcare acronyms like you do. Talk about what are the classes that you're teaching, the training that you're doing over there? Because I think this
Okay.
applies to folks that are like, well, I'm kind of interested. I might want to go back into it. Or even I
Mm,
was talking to a mom and she said her daughter's interested in healthcare work, but how do you get
mm.
started? And I think you've got a great solution. Do you mind talking about the name of the classes and
Oh,
what they're
absolutely.
solving for people that don't understand healthcare
Yeah,
acronyms?
definitely. One of the things, if a person wants to reskill themselves, they can come and be a part of the healthcare industry. So if you're reskilling, you're like my mom who is a retired welder. Okay, and every time I say that, they're like, "Your mom is a welder," because they think females, aren't welders, but a lot of females are in the welding entity, well, career, excuse me, occupation. But if somebody's in a plant or they are a welder or whatever it is in dietary, you can reskill yourself to become a part of this rewarding healthcare industry. Or you can be that person that was in the healthcare industry before and it's been such a long time and you want to come back and get your skills back to where they were before. This is a good place for you. We offer EKG, which that is electrocardiogram that you're going to be performing. Okay. So when you go to a heart doctor and they put you on that machine with those electrodes, they're looking at the electrical activity of your heart. We do phlebotomy, that's drawing blood, doing venipunctures. The blood tells you a lot about your body. The doctor wants those labs to be drawn to see what's going on internally. So we do that. Nursing assistant. I'm so excited about the field of nursing assistant because normally people would think that a nursing assistant will work primarily in long-term care facilities like nursing homes. But now those nursing assistants who are helping your loved ones with their activities of daily living, the dressing, the toileting, the bathing, different things like that, they're now getting administrative jobs too in different offices. Um, they're doing scheduling. They're doing so many different things. And then we offer CPR. So if you want to learn how to save a life during a cardiac crisis, which I feel everybody should know how to do, we offer that. And we offer medical assistant. So if you become a medical assistant, you assist the providers in the doctor's offices, scheduling appointments, setting up for different procedures and so forth. So a wide variety of things. And our classes range from 5 weeks to 6 months, and you're out there working.
That's amazing. I love that. And I love that, even if you just want to reskill and get back into it and just add
Hmm.
experience to the resume, it's
That's right.
there.
Hmm.
Um, is everything in person or online or a combination?
Well, I remember Katie. I refer to her as Katie. I know y'all
That's
probably
me.
say
Yes.
Catherine, but I remember before, I think right during COVID, Katie was my coach, and all of our classes were in person. And I went from having full classes to nobody attending class, and I said, "Oh my goodness, there is no way I can keep up the rent if I don't, get somebody in class." So automatically, I can't remember exactly the phrase you used, but you were telling me that I needed to stay with the times and take my business to another level to match what was happening with COVID. So I immediately just started thinking, what can we do? So we made all of our courses accessible via hybrid method. But right now, phlebotomy is our only face-to-face interaction weekly with students. EKG is online until they come in and do their labs. Um, Phlebotomy is in-house. Nursing assistant is now hybrid until they come in and do their labs and go out for their externship. Medical assistant is hybrid. And when I'm referring to hybrid, that's online, that's live instruction, that could be in-house sometimes as well. And then they do externships. So, we took it to another level, and now we see people coming in, and it fits all of their needs. Some people need online, some people need self-paced around their work schedule. So we can sit at home and still hear the cash button ringing because somebody's signing up for class
That is
and not
awesome.
have to be face to face.
That's fantastic. So, I mean, you have to kind of go with the market. You've got to respond
That's
to what the
right.
market needs are. The market needs are people, we need staffing solutions for
Hmm.
healthcare. You have a way for people to retool, reskill themselves, and get back in there. You have a 98% success rate of these people passing. I don't even know. Your placement rate is crazy good too,
Oh
isn't
my
it?
goodness. There are people calling all the time wanting our students to work. They're at the Carish now. They have been at White Oak Manor in Columbia. The good thing about externships and clinical rotation for our students is once they step foot in your facility, they want to work there, especially if they see you're treating the employees good and the culture is great. That's why it's important to have good culture and everything on point, because when they come in and they see that, they want to be a part of that. And even yesterday when we were doing the orientation at Carish, everybody raised their hand and said they want to work there. So they have about 14 people right now that they could just put, to work, provided they perform like they should in clinical rotation. So, um, I mean, we are staffing folks left and right, different places. Our placement rate is in the 90s. Last time I checked, it was 95 point something percent of all of our students getting jobs. If you do not come out of our school working, that's just because you just don't want to work. But it's not because you can't find a job.
So, professional development is really important in the workplace, and
Hmm.
you offer a unique twist. You're not just training on the healthcare side, you also train on professional development. Do you mind
Right.
talking about how did that come about, and how does the importance of professional development in the world that you're in?
Yes. Professional development is key. You can be the best phlebotomist, the best EKG technician, and if your attitude is horrible, if you don't even have any self awareness about what you plan to be in the future, everything is just going to be off course and out of alignment. So when our students come, we really hone in those skills of knowing, what your vision is, um, being a great provider of customer service to the people that you're serving, knowing, how to continue your education and keep your certification up to date, and what you planning on doing in the future. So we've developed a program called SCVS certification, and that's for the self-awareness, customer service, vision, and making sure that they stay on top of their training and the things that they need to do to move up in the field. So if they're not learning that, I don't think that they can be successful, because they're just going through the motion, and every time another job presents itself to them, they're going to run to that because they're looking for things like money as opposed to the vocation side of it. So when you teach them how to connect on a personal level with their residents and how to be the culture in the place that they're working, um, it makes a difference on what they do and how they stay.
Do you have a success story of somebody who comes to mind who really wasn't loving the SVCS, the visionary and the customer service? They didn't get it. And then they go through this, and you're like, oh man, they got it now. You have an example of somebody?
Yes, and it's SCVS.
Thank
I
you.
get confused myself, so please, don't worry about it. Um, but I have so many. oh my goodness, when we talk about students and what they think about the SCVS, they give us resistance, because they're here to just learn that skill, and that's it. But then there's some who at the end, they're like, you know what, Miss Kesha, I wouldn't have this particular job, or I wouldn't be on my job for 2 months and now leading, as the MA, or the team leader as the MA, if I didn't have those skills. So, I hear things all the time about, my daughter or my granddaughter never finished anything, but she came to your school and she finished. Her whole personality has changed. She's now aware of who she is, and really knows what she wants in life. It it just amazes me, who they are when they enter, and who they are when they leave. And just to tell you the acronym, what it stands for. It's really called Empowerment in Healthcare, Unveiling the SCVS Approach. And skillfully trained is the S, and then customer service is the C, and then vision is for V, and then self awareness is the last one. But we go through those components, and I'm not the only one that's teaching those components. We have trained all of our instructors on SCVS. So in their class setting, they're iterating all of these things to our students, so that they can be successful. And I'm here to tell any healthcare entity, this is my opinion about how I see things, and the success that I've seen students have with this. But I will tell any healthcare entity, when you have a group of people who have so much impact as your direct support staff, they really need to know um, these four components, because it will make your life easier, because you will develop a momentum in your environment where everybody is wanting to take part in moving the culture forward and not backwards. But you have to empower your staff with something to be able to do that.
All right, I got a few questions now.
Okay.
One of them that comes to mind is visioning. A lot of people, we just show up and we go through the motions and then we go home, and that vision is usually what keeps us motivated. How do
Exactly.
you how do you teach vision to people? Because, like you said, they came for an EKG class, and yet you're going to teach them the importance of visioning. How do you do that, and how do you get them to start thinking that way?